Memento mori moment 3. Why did Isaac leave his father? Isaac rarely speaks in the Bible. Even when his father nearly killed him as a boy, there is no record of him crying out or resisting. Yet many years later, when Isaac was 137 years old, he caused a crisis that shook his whole family. He tried to give the Lord's blessing to Esau, the son he preferred. But Rebekah and Jacob deceived him, and Isaac ended up blessing his younger son. What kind of person was this quiet man? Let us follow the gaps in the biblical story and imagine his childhood. Isaac was born when his parents were already very old. On the day he was weaned, his half-brother Ishmael was driven out of the household with his mother. After that, Isaac grew up under the special care of Sarah, his wealthy and high-ranking mother. But within that protected life, he may not have had enough opportunity to live with people of different social ranks, or to learn to treat them as equals. One day, the young Isaac caused trouble in Hebron and fled to Beersheba, where his father lived. Abraham was already well over 110 years old. He became worried. When I die, who will teach this boy? How can I teach him that? No matter who he is no more precious than anyone else, and that he too must die someday. Abraham believed this might be his last chance to teach his son, so he took Isaac to Mount Moriah. On the third day, Isaac asked, "We have the fire and the wood, but where is the lamb for the burnt offering?" Abraham answered, "God himself will provide the lamb." When they reached the mountain, Abraham built an altar. Then suddenly he seized Isaac, bound him, and laid him on top of the wood. There was a knife in his father's hand. At that moment, the whole order of Isaac's world collapsed. This was the father who had given him life. This was the father who was supposed to protect him. And now his own father was about to kill him. Has father lost his mind? Does he really mean to kill me? Does mother know about this? Am I going to die here? That was Isaac's memento mori moment. To Abraham, Moriah was a staged lesson. You too are mortal, so do not treat other people carelessly. Take responsibility for the one life you have been given. That was the lesson Abraham wanted to teach. But to Isaac, it was not a lesson or a play. Under his father's knife, he saw real death. While Abraham offered the ram in his place, Isaac ran away. He did not return to either of his parents' homes. After the Moriah event, Genesis says that Abraham returned to Beersheba, but it does not name Isaac as returning with him. When Sarah died, the Bible does not say that Isaac attended her funeral. The next time Isaac appears, he is not living with either parent. He is living near Beer Lahai Roi, the place connected with Hagar and Ishmael. At the age of 40, he came from there to meet Rebekah. But the Bible records no conversation between Isaac and his father. Only when Abraham died did Isaac appear with his half-brother Ishmael to bury their father. The Bible does not explain why Isaac stayed away from his parents, so this is an imagined reconstruction based on the long silences in the story. But we can imagine that the protected young Isaac died on Mount Moriah, and an independent man was born, a man who had learned that even his parents did not own his life. But seeing death did not make Isaac a perfect person. Many years later, he treated the Lord's blessing as if it belonged to him and tried to give it to the son he preferred. Isaac, whose father had once tried to decide his fate, now tried to decide the fate of his own sons. On Moriah, Isaac learned that he too would die, but perhaps he never fully learned that he could not control another person's life either. Does knowing death simply mean understanding that I will die one day? Or does it also mean accepting that neither my remaining life nor the lives of those I love belong to me?